about 2 hours from now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be meeting political leaders of Jammu and Kashmir at his residence. This is a meeting that's slated for 3 p.m. this afternoon. Now, this is the central government's first major outreach since the scrapping of the special status under Article 370 in 2019. The meeting is aimed at setting on course the political process in Jammu and Kashmir, which has been under President's rule, remember, since 2018 when the coalition collapsed after the BJP snapped ties with Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti's PDP. Now, Jammu and Kashmir parties will be sounded out on the delimitation or the redrawing of constituencies as a first step. This is the first step towards assembly polls in the state. Now, 14 leaders from 8 political parties, including Mehbooba Mufti's PDP and the National Conference, have been invited to this meeting. The Gupkar alliance of Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq Abdullah, a 7-party conglomeration which was formed to push for the restoration of statehood and special status, has said that it will attend this meeting and do exactly that. Nazir Masoodi joins us with the very latest on the story. Nazir, you've been tracking the details of the story. What more do you have for us?
Well, it is a story from detentions to dialogue. The same leaders who were detained for 6 months to 1 year are being called today for invited for a meeting. Red carpet is being rolled for them in Delhi by the Prime Minister himself. This is not the meeting which was sought by these leaders, but Prime Minister himself has convened this meeting with 14 leaders, including 4 former chief ministers. 3 of them were also detained from 6 months to 1 year. What has changed in the last 22 months? There was a lot of talk of development, but there was more propaganda than reality on the ground. The talk of the, employment, not much has been done, rather nothing has been done if you see the numbers. And it is the first day after August 5, 2019, when we see real political activities taking place in Jammu and Kashmir. To talk more about what it means for the politics and the political parties, I am joined by a very senior leader of National Conference, provincial president of National Conference from Jammu, Mr. Davinder Singh Rana. He and his colleagues met with Farooq Abdullah before he left for Delhi. Mr. Rana, what are the issues? We know what is the stand of the Gupkar alliance and the Farooq Abdullah. They want restoration of special status and the full statehood as it was on 4th of August 2019. What are the expectations from this meeting?
First and foremost, Nazir Saab, I would say that the process of dialogue and inclusiveness is the essence of democracy.
Correct.
It's a very welcome move.
Correct.
Dialogue has started.
Correct.
And the Honorable Prime Minister of India has called for an inclusive dialogue where diverse views will be exchanged. And I think it's a good beginning.
Correct. Any idea what has led to this process?
1 minute. We must look at it with optimism.
Correct.
And hope.
Correct.
And any dialogue that is for the betterment of the state of Jammu and Kashmir and the welfare of the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Correct.
And takes us forward, I think is a good step. And it's a first step, may not be the destination,
okay.
But at least the first step.
But didn't the Prime Minister, BJP and every other central leader said what was decided on the 5th of August 2019 is for the betterment, development, welfare, prosperity of Jammu and Kashmir? What has changed in the last 22 months? Any idea?
What has changed in the last 22 months is on the ground for everybody to see.
Okay.
But if there is a change of heart and there is a need for a dialogue, I personally feel, being an optimist, everybody should go with an open mind, and we expect that the discussion with an open mind, and with a sincere effort, to bridge the gap, and submerge the trust deficit which has been there over the years, will be a great step towards moving forward.
And if we see are there the internal requirements or the compulsions or the external requirements or the compulsions which has led to this change of thought, according to you? Because there have been reports about the talks between the National Security Advisor, Mr. Ajit Doval, and his Pakistani counterpart. There has been a ceasefire agreement between India and Pakistan in February, which is holding on.
There can be many pundits who can give you an international dimension. There can be many pundits who can give you a national dimension. There can be many pundits who can give you a local dimension.
Correct.
There can be many pundits who can give you a global dimension.
Okay.
But I would be personally, as an individual who belongs to the state of Jammu and Kashmir, I would look at it that something or whatever, the dialogue has started, and I think it's a good thing. And let us not get into the larger frame. I mean, getting it into the larger frame, let us hope that this dialogue is sincere, and since it is inclusive, and it has come from the Honorable Prime Minister of India, let us go with this, that we will do whatever we can through this dialogue process, get the people of Jammu and Kashmir out of the morass that we are. Please understand, people of Jammu and Kashmir are the people who are at the crossroads of history. And whatever may happen, internationally and nationally, until we get relief, it is of no use to us. And I think this is a good opportunity to find a way forward.
Your leader Farooq Abdullah met with you, leadership from Jammu. He also met with the representatives from Ladakh as well. Is your demand, which is also the demand of Gupkar Alliance, which is restoration of state as it was on 4th of August 2019?
One thing I must tell you, Dr. Farooq Abdullah is just not the president of the National Congress. Farooq Abdullah has a stature that he is the leader, tallest leader of Jammu and Kashmir, undisputed. And so far as the statehood is concerned, we feel that he is a man who has the wisdom and the understanding of all national, international, local, domestic issues, and is the best person to represent the aspirations and feelings of the people of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh with Delhi. And having said that, this is also very imperative to say that so far as the state is concerned, everyone in this state, from any area, wants the state. Nobody wants it to be a youth.
Right. Even including BJP, they are saying, look, so restoration of state is the promise which has been made by the Prime Minister and also Home Minister on the floor of the House on no dispute on the restoration of statehood. But it's the point which every party is here saying, particularly the party belongs to Gupkar Alliance, saying, including two principal regional parties, PDP and National Conference, they want restoration of special status, which was taken away on 5th of August. Let's see what happens in the meeting, but it's a landmark day for the politics and how it is going to shape the politics in Jammu and Kashmir after this meeting. Back to you.